All right. Well, Snoop and Eminem, excuse me, have reunited and put out a song called "From the D to the LBC." I got the artwork here. What did you think about the record?
I thought it was a hip hop beat, and so I want to hear what you feel about him rapping on a hip hop beat.
You thought that was a hip hop beat? Okay.
You don't think that's a hip hop beat?
It felt a little more shady to me, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like what we normally get from him. It wasn't as, how do we say, trans as most of his stuff.
Thought it was a rap beat, Mike.
Okay.
I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that first before we went any further into it.
No, you know what? Like I said, I think it's closer to a rap beat than, most of his
Okay.
production.
So you want to go to some of the bar work? What'd you think of M's bar work?
I think he did all right on there. I mean, nothing
I,
crazy. I mean, like I said, I expected him to jump out there and do the fast stuff. But, it wasn't anything that jumped out at me that was like, yo, that's whack or that's terrible or whatever.
I thought it was a pretty good performance by Eminem.
You know what? I saw Terminator 2's tweet, and he said that Snoop killed him on the record. And I thought maybe he was trolling or something like that, or just, giving Snoop the benefit of the doubt. But Snoop really went crazy on this record.
I didn't say that Snoop didn't go crazy, but we're talking about M right now. You see how you tried to change the conversation when I
No,
said
no,
that?
no, no, no. I'm just saying.
No, I said I thought M did a good job, and you tried to highlight how good Snoop was on the record. Do you think M did a good job on this record?
I think he did a decent job. It wasn't horrible,
It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't.
I thought it was a dope verse. You don't think it was a dope verse? Okay.
It was a good verse based on what he's been giving us.
No. Hip hop is about bravado. So you don't like when he says I done bodied some features with legendary names? That's not dope. That's not dope that he's saying that live like that. That's not nice MC bar work. That's not the bravado that we want an MC to spit.
Where's the evidence of that?
Hold on, watch Dre turn the chronic to monetary gain. Oh, that's real.
I like that line.
Because Dre didn't eat off the first chronic like that now, did he?
I like that.
Okay? So he's got bar work in here. Mike, there's not literary... where the hell is Leroy Green when I need
With
him?
the literary devices.
They're not literary devices going on.
Jay Short says, M fans tried to come for Snoop. We said no.
Is there not literary devices being used? Because here's what I thought. When he went to the whole with marijuana and marriage that make you wanna marry Jane, I thought to myself, if Jay, no, listen to what I'm about to say. If Jay-Z uses those same exact bars, niggas go crazy. Don't sit up there and tell me. That's exactly the same type of rhythmic syncopization and literary device and alliteration usage that Jay gets lauded for. So you can't tear him down for it, Mike. If Jay would have said those bars, niggas would be going crazy. The way that he flipped the marijuana into make you want to marry Jane. No, if Jay did that, niggas would be like, yo, did you hear how the nigga Hov took the bar? Coop, did you hear?
Leroy Green is in the building.
Coop, it would be 4:00 in the morning, and my Twitter would have like 20 messages. Coop, did you hear the way that the God MC Hov of the God, sit up there and took the marijuana and took the marriage and make you wanna Mary Jane? Niggas would have lost their minds, but when M does it, it's like, oh, it might be corny. It's not cool. No, it's rhythmic. It's alliteration. It's metaphorical. It's syncopization. So, like, no.
I'm just going to say this, and I know somebody in the chat
Tell
says...
the truest to be quiet. I see the truest.
Somebody says that I'm hypnotized by hate, but I'm just going to say it like this.
I'm just saying, if Jay did the same thing with the marijuana...
I understand what you're saying.
Mary Jane. Because, hold on. Because didn't he just do that on Neck and Wrist? The phase I'm on, love, I wouldn't believe it either.
Yeah.
I would be like, Jay-Z's a cheater. Isn't that the same thing?
It's the same
And
thing.
niggas was going nuts and giving it verse of the year consideration.
It's
I'm
the
gonna say
thing.
let's.
It's the same thing in a vacuum, right? But I think what it is.
Leroy Green's here. I've never been so happy for Leroy to be here.
Look, this is the thing. When M does it, it just doesn't sound good. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't. I'm not
Because you
gonna
don't
lie
like
to you.
him. That doesn't. Hold on. That doesn't change the high level of literary device work going on. It's the same thing that Jay gets lauded for.
You think that's the level of? I didn't love the Faison love thing. I didn't love that. I'm
I
not gonna
didn't
lie
love
to you.
it. I didn't love it. He has better, he has better metaphors and like double
Yeah.
entendres than that. But he's Jay. He's literally like if he were to actually have a niche, that would be the niche. So it's like when his double entendre doesn't land the way some of his others have, it's like, well, he's the best at it. So, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean, but there's still a level, right? There's a
No,
level when it
but
comes
his
to those
level's the
things.
highest level. So if he doesn't hit the highest levels, it's like, well, you help create the highest level of the double entendre.
But
So
if you don't
you
create the highest
know,
level when
for
it
the
comes to
literary
stuff
device,
like that, it almost feels like a reach, right? Like, why are we even attempting that? It's okay
I
to
feel
not.
that way about Jay though, because here's my thing with literary
No, that's what
devices.
I'm talking about. I'm talking
Hold
about the
on.
phase on love line.
No, I mean no. I always feel like Jay's reached with the literary devices. Like with M and with Jay, they put a focus on trying to put those literary devices and entendres at work. I'll say this respectfully. I mean, Mike, we're not as good as Eminem and Jay. I just listened to your stuff that you put up on YouTube and my stuff. We use literary devices in a more natural way than those guys do. Part of why they're so great is because they emphasize it because it's a nuance for them. It's something to show that they're working on their craft. Like the way Mike works on a fadeaway, the way Kareem works on a hook, the way Akeem works on the dream shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to fine tune. I had one of the best bosses I ever had, and he's a real boss. He's a multimillionaire. He told me, everybody's so worried about trying to make people better at what they're not good at instead of maximizing what they're already great at. He's like, I'm into maximizing what people are already great at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I hear Eminem do bar work like this, it's like, no, Jay gets lauded for maximizing what he's already great at and emphasizing it. And actually, I thought this was a better job by M on a better hip hop beat of doing it. So I'm going to give him credit for that. And even with all of that being said, Snoop was still better.
Man there with the super chat says, just listen, nothing special. It's a 3.8 beat. The beat's fire though. I'm sorry, 3.8, but the beat's fire.
I just thought that he did a better job than he is often given credit for. This was a dope verse. But even with that being said, you want to hear what my... Hold on. When he hit more hits...
He said,
more...
hold on, is this a line from the song, my reign so definite, my longevity needs a hearing aid?
Yes.
They said that's fire in the chat. I don't know, man. Those
more hits than a contract killer? No?
more hits than a contract.
If Jadakiss said it, you'd like it. That's what I'm saying.
This is like the Pete Rose line. Like, what hits the
No, but I'm asking.
I don't think if Jadakiss said this, I wouldn't even think about it. Like,
I definitely. How about this? Okay, so that didn't land for you, but I'm keeping that whole marijuana, marriage make you wanna, Mary Jane literary devices that Jay used. Jay does the same thing. It's literally what Jay does the best, and we're not about to skip over it. But like I said, you want to hear my Snoop note though?
go ahead.
I said voice wise, I said he just went to let the rhythm hit him levels vocally. I said, and Biggie Smalls level flow wise on Notorious Thugs. This conversation's over. Because Snoop's intelligent. Snoop understands he'll never be the lyricist that Eminem is, but he's like, I got more flow and more style than this guy could ever pray to have, and I'm going to pull it out. And that's exactly what Snoop's verse is. It's voice wise, he's using his voice as an instrument on the track to make it match the way Rakim does on Let the Rhythm Hit Him. But flow-wise, he's doing what Biggie does on Notorious Thugs, which is that multiple syllable flow.
Yeah.
But it's coming out so even the way it's falling at the end of where the bar is structured that it's seamless and it's transitioning. It's the type of shit normal rappers can't fucking do at the drop of a dime when called upon.
Is anybody gonna highlight? And I'm not saying this to be facetious, not trying to
You
sound like
probably.
Joe Biden or anything, but is anybody ever gonna highlight in the future the Snoop killed Eminem on this track? I don't think that's gonna happen, but
You think so?
we need to note that.
No. He got him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
he got
anytime Eminem gets on the track with somebody, it's always this narrative that, oh, he killed this person, he killed this person. But with Snoop Dogg, somebody who many, and I don't feel this way because I think Snoop's one of the greats, many don't feel like is a top notch lyricist or stands with the lyricists of all time. When he gets on the record and out raps Eminem, we're probably not going to hear anything about it.
Okay, so much like Old Dirty Bastard, Snoop can beat you off of style alone.
It's true, yeah.
He don't need to be lyrical to beat you. How many records has he been on with Corrupt where he's been the star way over Corrupt? You don't even remember Corrupt shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Snoop's one of the greats.
He's one of the greats. And what he did on this is, and this is what I mean about maximizing what it is that you do great. He heard M maximizing what M does great. You know what M does great? He does that multi-syllable pattern flow well. Okay? Uh-huh. He does that double entendre, double meaning well. So he doubled down on it. And Snoop is like, well, I got one of the best rap voices and flows ever. How about I double down on that? How about where I stand, rap voice and flow all time, trait-wise, is higher than what your higher traits are because I'm actually a better MC overall, even though I'm not a better lyricist. I got a better song, making structure and skill. I have a better delivery, flow, cadence, voice, hit-making ability. I'm going to pull all those out, and I'm going to let you do all your lyrical tricks. We're going to see where it lands. Where it lands is I'm the better MC. I got more tools in my bag. Snoop's always been better than M, though.
That I cannot disagree with. Jay Short says, I think you guys are unfair to Eminem. Review his last 4 to 5 albums, and let's see where he actually stands so the listeners can see his actual output. Another person, Kenny Mack said,
how was I unfair when I called the verse dope?
You got to call it king. LP says, M raps like his face is turning red in the booth. LP, you're at it again. LP said M raps like his face is turning red in the booth.
Very problematic.
We got another one from Man Nan. He says, Snoop should have had the first billing on this track title. Yeah, I like Snoop going last on this.
Snoop is better than M. I'm going to say this again.
People are saying that's cap. Another person said that our Eminem coverage is lame.
No, we're about to have the same conversation.
We can't talk about Eminem, huh?
No. We just need to start having honest conversations. Snoop is better because Snoop made the Chronic in Doggy Style. Eminem has never written anything that's even sniffing that. You understand that? I don't care about all that bar stuff. When another guy wrote the Chronic in Doggy Style, nobody cares about how lyrical you are. He's not better than Snoop. He doesn't have more hits than Snoop, and he didn't write the Chronic or Doggy Style. This motherfucking conversation's over. That's not a black thing. That's not a white thing. I don't care how many super lyrical dazzling bars we had. Did that motherfucker write Little Ghetto Boy or Let Me Ride or The Shiznit? Then shut the fuck up.
Are we going to say that?
Shut the fuck up. He's not better than Snoop.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that are better than Snoop. And I think that once again, man, when we think about that verses that Snoop did with DMX, like the music spoke. Do you guys really think that if Eminem was sitting in that spot with DMX against Snoop Dogg, that he would have played better records than Snoop did? Like,
Dre would not let that happen to Eminem's career by placing him against Snoop. How about that?
Wouldn't be fair.
Dre's like, I would never do that to you. Yeah. You get slaughtered. You may never come back to me.
No, I mean, and when you think about the longevity too, let's just be totally fair, guys. Right? Like Eminem doesn't have a better album than Doggy Style. Right? I think anybody with any type of hip hop brain could tell you that, and that's not being biased.
The DLC and Snoop Dogg wrote the Chronic.
Right. Okay, let's get all that out the way, right? Now, let's look at it from a longevity standpoint.
DLC is better than Snoop before the accident, but the accident happened. Somebody put that in the chat. Yes, but the accident happened. So,
well, yeah, we can't
DLC was gonna be like West Coast Rock M, like.
Well, I mean, we can't have those conversations. We don't know.
Texas,
like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know. Yeah. But what I was gonna say though, let's just take like, whatever people think side by side out of it. Let's look at the longevity of it. Let's look at the fact that Snoop's been here since 92, 93, and he's been pretty much, I mean, he's here now. And he's been putting out music consistently putting out hits, consistently putting out quality material. M hasn't made an album that's had the fanfare that is at the level of who he is in 20 years. It's literally been like a 20-year drought, guys. So even if you do think that Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, and the Eminem Show are better than the stuff in Snoop's catalog, you still got a 20-year drought to deal with this other guy. He's been doing it for 30 years pretty much. Non-stop.
Name one Eminem record that's fucking with Murder Was the Case, Mike.
I mean,
name one.
I don't know. I don't even know what anybody would say. I guess they'll say Stan. I don't know.
Name. Try again. Like I said, I'll wait. Name one record. Name one.
Nah.
One.
Jay Short says, you guys don't cover M's bad albums, so they fade.
Do you understand that
he hasn't come out with an album since we've done this show, and I do think that if we went back and talked about Kamikaze, people would think that we're trolling.
No, Music to Be Murdered By came out when we first started this podcast.
Oh, it did. It did.
Yes.
Well, we didn't have a lot of followers then.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I might need to go back and pull that discussion up and repost it or something. Because I don't like going back having the discussion after the fact. I like pulling up the originals, so you see what we said in the moment. Like, that's the whole magic of the show.
I remember what I said. I said that the album wasn't that impressive outside of the Black Thought and Royce feature song. It had a couple other joints on there. I remember what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. But here's what I say to this, too. You know how this Spotify soundtrack playlist is starting off? With Deep Cover by Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Eminem's not better than Snoop. You listen to what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What is wrong with people? Who in their right mind that actually calls themselves a hip-hop head that knows anything about, like, the... Songs matter. We're going to talk about this with Lupe and where Lupe ranks as an all-time lyricism and why he's not the greatest lyricist of all time. Because it's called a hip-hop record or a hip-hop song. It's not called hip-hop bars over beats. You know what I'm saying? It's called a song. So you got to write a song that carries and stands, not bars.